Hello folks, I've just got to nip out. Let me just make sure I don't crash. And I thought whilst I was nipping out over towards the supermarket, I don't know which one I'll go to yet. Any will do, I've got no food in. Oh, blimey, they've trimmed that hedge, about time too. Anyway, I thought I would have a bit of a rant, a musical rant. So rather than a musical notes video or a musical steps video, I'll do a musical rant. Really, because I was just replying to a Facebook comment about an hour ago. By the way, there are some speed bumps down here, so it's not that I'm jumping up and down through excitement. There's another one. There's another one just ahead of me. Just waiting for this van to go. Go on, matey, off you go. Well done. Here's another ramp and one more. Yeah, I was answering a Facebook post. Somebody was asking about where's a good place musician post. By the way, it's early evening autumn time and it's a bit dark going through the trees here, so luckily for you, you might not be able to see me. A bit brighter now, I'm out of the trees, the forest, well, not forest, the wood. Yeah, the Facebook was saying, anybody know where I can get some decent backing tracks from? And the person asking the question was saying, I don't really want absolute clone of a track. I want it to be close, but not an exact mirror copy, which I completely understand, because using backing tracks does, I wouldn't say split the musical or the musicians community, but it does create quite a bit of aggression. I can't really think of a better word. Now I'm just going to pause a little bit while I take this turn. Should be okay. Right. Yeah, it creates a fair bit of aggression from some musicians who go, what the bloody hell do you mean? Backing tracks, that's cheating, and other such colourful language. That's cheating. It's putting musicians out of a job. But then there's the other side, which I kind of, by the way, I do get what they're saying. I'm not completely antithetical or opposed to what they are, their arguments. But I do see it from the other point of view as well. That not every single musician, a singer, or a singer-stroke guitarist, has the confidence or the ability to perform without that backing track to keep them going. Another argument for the use of backing tracks has been, which I kind of favour as well, has been you might get to a certain age as a musician whereby you haven't got the time to go and put a band together and go and rehearse every week with 5 or 6 other people or 4 or 5 other people that might or might not turn up to the rehearsal that week, and trying to get a specific date per week where everybody can manage it, and that invariably is an evening time where everybody is fatigued after a long day at work or whatever. Recently involved with a friend's band, and they were brilliant. They were really, really good. But it all kind of fell apart owing to a couple of factors, but I think the main factor was And I mentioned it at one of the rehearsals. Don't know if it was the last rehearsal they had or not. The main problem was they were all tired. End of the week, I think it was a Thursday, or was it a Wednesday? I think it was a Thursday evening. For about 3 hours rehearsal. Everybody's been working all week. And to start rehearsing at 7:30 in the evening for a few hours after having dragged all the gear there and drag it all back home again can be an absolute torturous pain. I've just got to keep my eyes open for this turning. I think it's here. No, it's not that one. A bit further up. So rehearsing can be a problem, not necessarily for older musicians, but also for young musicians as well. Some younger musicians are working a night shift and can only squeeze in an hour here or an hour there, so they don't really get the time to commit every single week to a full-on rehearsal. Alright, I'm going to turn left here, simply because it's a bit easier than going through those traffic lights ahead. Trouble is, speed bumps, so I might have to go a little bit slowly down here. So my argument is, or my point of view, it's not really an argument, I don't really care if you agree or not. I'm entitled to my opinion, you're entitled to your incorrect opinion. Bump. Not everybody wants to perform solo, exposed as it were, musically exposed, without some backing track to help them along. But boy, does it cause friction. There is, funnily enough, tonight an open mic. Well, it's more of an open session. Anyway, I went to one last week on the Thursday, run by a friend, and she does a brilliant job. She does quite a few each week at different places, and she always runs a great open mic or session or whatever it is. But she does not like, or I'd rather say, she goes to the extent of forbidding anybody using a backing track. Now, I'm not always saying that the backing track has to be a full-on production that sounds exactly like the CD. Or remember the CD? Bet you don't. Just got to turn here at the station. Not everybody will want to use a backing track that is a full-on, and to quote the anti-backing track brigade, can't speak, can I? A cheesy backing track. I agree, I don't like those either. They have their place, but I don't really like them either. So as a consequence, whenever I do, and it's very infrequent these days, whenever I do gig, I will use backing tracks that I have created myself. That will be often in a completely different key to suit me from the original, and the structure, the sequence of the song will be different, again to suit me. And I won't use the exact same instrumentation. So rather than using a full drum kit, I will use a cajon and a bass and embellish with a tiny bit of acoustic guitar and maybe a little bit of keyboards and perhaps some backing vocals just to reinforce it. So it will be the bare bones of a backing track, and consequently, little plug, that's why I set up my website, although it's not very much there, but I will do something about that. I'm just looking for somewhere to park near to the supermarket. I don't like to get too near it because my memory, I can't remember where I've left the car. Whereas if I park it further away near something identifiable, I'll remember where I left it. I've got no chance of remembering where I've parked now. Just trying to look for something identifiable. Right, that big sign there. So I'll just conclude by saying that's why I created my website to sell backing tracks, although I created these backing tracks initially just for myself, but people asked me if they could buy them for them to use. So yeah, okay. So I'll put a link on the screen and in the comments, not the comments, the information down below, where you can find bare bones backing tracks, the bare bones of a backing track for solo musicians or duos or trios even. And that's it really. That's my rant over. So I'll see you soon.